Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Thursday, February 15th, 2024. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. Just days away from the Super Bowl, and the 49ers are making a change at defensive coordinator.
This morning, I relieved Steve Wilks of his duties. Going to end up making a change here, defensive coordinator. Really tough decision because really says nothing about Steve as a man or as a football coach. I mean, he's exactly what we wanted as a man. He is a great football coach. But just where we're going, where we're at with our team, from a scheme standpoint and things like that, looking through it all throughout the year, through these last few days, felt pretty strongly that this was a decision that was best for our organization. And even though it was one I didn't want to make, it was something that once I realized that I think in different directions what's best for our organization, then it's something that I have to do.
Kyle would go on to explain one of the reasons he's making the change is that Wilks never married his coverage to his pass rush.
Yes, I think it was. And I don't think that just is solely because his background's DBs. I just think it has to do with, the way we play linebacker and stuff like that. And the way that, Fred and Trey have done it here over the years and the way we've coached it. And I mean, there's no one way to do things, but you want to tie things together, and Steve was always working to do that. There's no doubt about that. But it was just for his background and how it ended up with us. It was harder than it needed to be.
Kyle said he will look both inside and outside of the organization for the next defensive coordinator. He also was asked if he's committed to the scheme the 49ers have now, or if he would be open to a new defensive coordinator with their own scheme.
I'm committed to trying, with the situation we're in, trying to find what we believe will give the Niners the best chance in 2024. And when you have a group of guys who have played at a high level doing certain things a specific way for a while, I do feel that's the best thing to do for them. But if I find something that I believe in and I could be sold on that could be a better avenue, I would never hesitate to do that. So I'm not closed-minded in any way. I'll look in every possibility. But, when you have some good players who have played at a high level and done it a certain way, I'm not just trying to change that. I lean towards trying to keep them doing similar stuff that they've been very good at that's got us very far. But I have to make sure that I find the right person who's capable of leading our group in that way, that the standard of how we have done it and the belief that we'll continue to get better at it, I believe in with whoever I choose to do this for us.
It sounds like it's going to be an uphill battle to change the scheme, mostly because I think Kyle thinks with the players they have, it makes more sense to stick with the scheme, because if you change the scheme, then you probably have to change a lot of players, and the Niners really aren't in a position to be able to do that financially right now. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read for the second straight day, it's Tim Kawakami of The Athletic. Tim has a great column on the Wilks firing, where he tells you why the hiring was both fair and unfair, and so was the firing. If you want to read it, click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, JT O'Sullivan's Brock Purdy breakdown. It's over an hour long. He goes over just about every single throw in the Super Bowl. It's incredible. There's a lot to learn on Brock, but there's also a lot to learn on one other player on the 49ers offense, and it's a bad, bad look for a certain number 19. Again, link description of the episode. One thing you might have missed, two more coaches are leaving the 49ers, and both are going to Washington. Anthony Lynn is headed to D.C. to become their run game coordinator under Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. Lynn was essentially replaced by Bobby Turner once he came back from a medical absence last year, so I don't think this is as big a deal for the 49ers. Also, assistant defensive line coach Daryl Tapp is going to D.C. as well. He's going to become the Commanders' defensive line coach. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network wherever you get your podcasts. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you click the little bell, you'll get notified every single time we go live, which is just about every single weekday for you. I will be on with Levin Black later today. It won't be live, unfortunately, because of Levin's work schedule, so we taped it on Wednesday night, but that will be up for you today. We'll be all over the firing of Steve Wilks. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.